Am I the asshole for not letting my nephew have another serving of food? I have 3 of my nephews over for the weekend. They're cool kids and I love having them over. However, one of them, Eric, has a gigantic appetite. Like, literally every time I see this kid he's wolfing down food. You wouldn't think it because he's super lank. But I guess he's at that age where it's normal. I've been there. At dinner last night we had a nice meatloaf and some mac and cheese. I gave everyone big servings. And the other 2 kids were happy with it. But naturally Eric wanted more. I told him he should probably just save room for dessert and he did. But he still wanted to eat another serving of dinner after dessert. I wanted to save some food for our dinner tomorrow. So I told him he couldn't have any more. But my wife went over my head and told Eric he could have more if he wanted. And he went on to eat so much he almost instantly fell asleep on the couch, where my other nephews were playing video games. It was overall a really good day, but I was miffed that my wife went over my head over the food thing. And when we went to bed I told her I felt like what we'd served was reasonable. She argued that since Eric is a guest he can have as much food as he wants. And she can always buy more. She usually stocks the kitchen. She thinks I'm being a jerk for thinking I can control how much we do or don't serve and that it's weird. I would have told Eric he can't have another serving without at least checking with her first. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. Was I being the asshole? I think I was in the right. Why not save some dinner? Eric already had a lot of food as it is. Do you remember how much you ate at 14? Every 14-year-old boy I know is a seemingly bottomless pit when it comes to food. It's normal. You don't mention it. But does he play sports or have an active gym class at school? Not only is he growing, he also probably moves around a lot more than you do. Even just playing around with friends. You even said that he's lanky. Could he have an extremely fast metabolism? It sounds like there are no health concerns, but you decided that your nephew should eat what you arbitrarily decided is the right amount for him. You're the asshole. These are the important moments where it doesn't matter. Especially if he's lank. We don't have to control how much someone is hungry. Maybe he has anxiety and these were one of the moments where he was feeling better enough to relax and eat. Hence the nap. Be warm and welcoming. Compliments to the chef. Would you deny an adult dinner guest an extra serving of food? What was the goal? Healthy portions or saving enough food for leftovers next day? The real move here. Miffed that wife went over my head. Lol. If the Lord Keeper of the food says no more, then all must abide. Wife simply corrected your mistake. Thank her. You're the asshole. Edit. You're the asshole. I wanna give you the benefit of the doubt. So I ask you to ask yourself why controlling his food is so important to you. If he was wasteful, I might understand. A hungry kid ate enough to fill himself. Why does that bother you? Maybe sit with yourself and see if you can figure out what the deeper issue is here. Good luck to you and yours. Info is your issue that Eric, he could have more if he wanted. And he went on to eat so much he almost instantly fell asleep on the couch. Or, my wife went over my head. You're the asshole anyway, but even bigger if the second part is your issue. Look from a different perspective. You deciding that your nephew doesn't get more food. It's weird. I would have told Eric he can't have another serving without at least checking with her first. Is going over her head. So it's okay if you do that, but not the other way around. Were you tar for refusing to feed your hungry nephew enough food? Yes. You're the asshole. You don't get to decide how much is enough food for another person. You knew him well enough to know how much he can eat. Why didn't you plan ahead for this? You're the asshole. He's a 14-year growing kid who's hungry. Let him eat. It'd be one thing if he just wanted sweets. He wanted more meatloaf. He's clearly still hungry. You're the asshole. He's at the age where he's probably in a growth spurt and will eat a tremendous amount of food. My son was the same way. From that age to 17. Your kids will most likely go through the same thing when they're that age. Telling him he's eating too much or withholding food because you think he had enough can mess with his head. You should be glad he's wanting real food. Not just gobbling down bags and bags of chips and candy. You're the asshole. You had a guest for dinner who asked for more of what was being served and you refused. I would have been mortified if I were in your wife's place. Yes. You're the asshole. Growing kids needs lots and lots of food at different times of their growth cycles. I recall a friend's son just being bored with eating because he was just hungry all the time. You're the asshole. He had had a pause in his eating and was still hungry. And there was food left after everyone else had had enough. He was still hungry and wanted sensible savory food to fill up on. He's growing. Let him eat at a sensible pace until he's full. You're the asshole. He's a growing 14-year-old with a gigantic appetite. You describe him as super lank, so he likely has a really fast metabolism. You were telling a genuinely hungry boy to go to bed hungry, when there was plenty of food to give him another serving. Simply for your own convenience. You're definitely tar. Edited for typo. Yup. YTA. A pretty judgmental one too. Might want to examine your own relationship with food to figure out why this is bothering you so much. I was miffed that my wife went over my head over the food thing. You're the asshole. He was still hungry. He's a growing child and is not overweight. Feed him. You're the asshole. Couple of things here. 1. Food is made to be eaten and not bronzed. 2. If you aren't actively meal planning, grocery shopping, food prep, cooking, setting out, you had better either be cleaning up or keeping your mouth shut about who gets to eat what and how much. 3. You're the asshole. You're the asshole without a doubt, lol. $5 says comments make you delete this post. He's a growing child. Am I the R for telling he hungry growing teenager he can't have enough food to satisfy himself? You're the asshole. Your wife is right. Apologize to your nephew. You're the asshole. He wasn't asking for you to cook him a different meal or for second helpings of dessert, so it seems like a reasonable assumption that he's just hungry. Just let the kid eat. It's not like you're feeding him every single day, so don't worry about it. You're the asshole. A kid wanting to eat his dinner over dessert. Really? Sounds like it was just because you were too lazy to make dinner the next night. You're the asshole. This is a growing child who you described as lanky. It isn't like he asked for more dessert. He asked for actual healthy food and you are complaining. Your wife is correct and you owe her an apology. At 14, I'd come home from school and eat a TV dinner. Crush a box of cereal with milk. And then start thinking about a couple packs of ramen. Let this be a lesson to you, fella. If you're gonna raise or host growing kids, you must be prepared to routinely accommodate astonishing feats of utterly casual hunger. You're the asshole. He's a child and he can't really go out and buy himself food if he gets hungry. Ask mom and dad to send more snacks next time. You're the asshole. teenagers eat.